Don't sit here for 1 second and think that you're going to be going out with Anthony if that's going to happen anytime soon. Okay? It's not like it's going to happen this week, next week, or any other week.
That's crap. I'm sorry. That's crap.
Oh, so you guys just want to go out on a date right now?
No. I'm talking about hanging out, whether it be here in front of everyone, that's fine.
Alexandra, you managed to have sex on the sofa.
But was the whole family here?
Yeah, people were out there.
Yeah, I was right out here. Stay off the phone with Anthony.
Why?
Because I've seen what happens to you when you get around boys.
And what was that?
Right there.
Oh, you sit there and you judge me. And you say that I made bad mistakes. And I guess I've made mistakes. People make them. Get over it. I'm not raising into a relationship. We're not going to go out as boyfriend and girlfriend. We're just going out as friends to get to know each other.
And what does hanging out? Oh, you're not going to kiss? And you told me that you guys can have sex in the bathroom. So why on earth am I going to let you go out with a boy? You have to earn back.
How am I going to earn back trust if you don't give me any chances?
By making good choices. I know that you're desperate to go out with someone.
I'm not desperate.
So what do you like about why does it matter whether you see Anthony or not?
Because we are friends. We want to go and hang out. You want people to tell you what you want to hear.
Okay.
You're a beautiful baby, and then they leave your pants. Exactly what happened. I said that. Exactly what happened. And
Okay, first I want to make clear that those beeps were for a name. You weren't saying bad words. I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression about that.
I don't remember that.
All right. Look, I want to talk about two things today, three, really, and I think they're related. And the first two of those are this dating issue and this birth control issue. Okay? Now, you're wanting to start dating, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you're going to be 16 when?
In a week.
In a week. Okay. And you think that you're ready to do that. Why?
Because I listened to what you and Jay had said about the guys that I've liked in the past, and I totally went back and restarted all my standards, and I've been making really good grades in school, and I've been really responsible.
Yeah. So you think you're doing better at making decisions?
Yes.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I agree, she is.
She's getting better. It's just that, I guess, we're at a point now, what do we do next? What choices do we give her? What do we allow her to do that shows that she's going to be capable of handling a relationship?
There's two things that I think are going wrong with everybody's thinking here, and I want to get those things on the table today. Number one, I think that because you've had a baby, and because that puts you in a lot of roles and positions of acting like an adult and doing some adult things, that we forget that you're 15. And so we race ahead, and it's like we just skipped all of those standards. You can't skip all of those standards. I said when we talked before, we got to go back to some 16-year-old rules. We got to get back to some things that are appropriate for a young, healthy, intelligent girl that wants to preserve her future. You can just say, well, that's blown. She's already had a baby. That's not true. Your life isn't over. Your future isn't over. There are so many things that are before you that you can still screw up.
Thanks.
Well, it's true. It's true. You have all of those things. You can get stupid again. And let me tell you, when you start stacking stupid on stupid, then you got real stupid. And you don't want that to happen here. And the other thing that I think is going on is it's like we're living in the moment. It's like, if I can say what I think fits right now, what I think is what people want to hear right now, me, your parents, you, whoever, then that's okay. But, you know, the report card's coming. I mean, it gets true in terms of results. So we're going to take a break. And coming up, you're going to meet the teenage boy that Alex is now interested in. And you're not like head over heels in love with him or anything, right? You think this is a nice boy that fits a better role in your life than some that you've dealt with in the past.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, Dad over here has some tough questions for this guy. We're going to do it here in just a minute. We'll be right back.
Dr. Phil, I took your advice and I applied it. and I think I found someone that I really do like.
I don't know what your intentions are, Anthony. I really don't.
Let me introduce you to some of my friends. So, tell these girls a little bit about guys and dating.
Just be friends first. Have fun. Talk to each other. Get to know each other. If you can't be friends with this person, then what business do you have in pursuing a relationship with them?
If he isn't interested in talking about the things you want to talk about, then he ain't interested in you. He's only interested in what you can do for him.
Well, that was my son Jay and some of his friends talking with Alex and Catherine about boys and dating. Now, we're checking in with our Dr. Phil family, Marty, Aaron, and daughters Alex and Catherine. Alex is now fighting with her parents about dating again. They're understandably very nervous about that. She made a video diary to state her case about a particular boy.
Dr. Phil, I want you to know that I did hear what you and Jay and Jay's friends had to say about my dating choices. Now, I took your advice and I applied it, and I think I found someone that I really do like. He's really smart. I know that he wants to go to college, and he's really super cute. Not that matters. When Jay's friends talked about finding someone who was interested in what I had to say, I really did hear that.
Fun's for you.
Hello? We had like an hour-long conversation about marine biology, and it was nice to have someone who was willing to listen to what I had to say. He's very, very polite. He opens doors for me, and he cares a lot about what parents think of him. So with all those qualities, I think that this guy's a really great guy.
Well, Anthony is the name of the boy that Alex says she's interested in. And we asked him to tell us about his relationship with Alex and answer some important questions from Marty. So take a look.
I actually met Alex through Nathan's father. I started talking to her, and we decided to go out to the movies, and we kind of hit it off from there. Me and Alex right now are just really good friends.
Nathan's talking.
I'm not really trying to pursue a relationship right now. I just want to be friends for a while. Alex has a really good personality. I mean, she's a good girl. There's no one really I can connect with on that level. We're interested in the same things. We just are able to talk about what's going on and about her plans for Nathan and what she wants him to do. I would definitely ask Alex's dad before I pursued a relationship with her, because I would want him to be comfortable with it. I wouldn't want him to be angry with me or Alex.
Hi, Anthony. I'm Martin, Alexandra's father. I have a few questions that I would really like for you to answer. My first question is, you did live in New York at one time. I would like to know why you left New York.
Well, the reason why I moved from New York to Florida is to better myself. The school district that I was in wasn't really fit to match what I needed. I have dyslexia, and so I wanted to go to a better school. So I moved with my brother.
My second question would be, you're 17 years old and you're in the 10th grade. Most kids in the 10th grade are 16 years old. Obviously, you flunked the grades somewhere. And I would like to know why, or, what happened.
When I moved from my old school to my new school, I got held back grades so that way I could go through high school and pass all the grades the right way.
My next question would be, why don't you have a job?
I don't not have a job. I have side jobs. I do construction at houses, and I do a lot of landscaping on the weekends to get myself by.
I'm really struggling why you want to be involved with Alexandra and Nathan when there are a lot of girls out there in the world that do not have a baby. Alexandra is my pride and joy. I will be very protective of her, Anthony, and other than sex, I can't figure out why you would want to be involved with a girl that's 2 years younger than you, has a child. It just really baffles me.
Well, that's just the thing. I'm interested in her as a person. We have a lot of the same things in common. And, I mean, her and Nathan are important to you. I realize that, and they're important to me because I want them to be a part of my life also.
Well, so, parents, what did you think of this young man after you've seen and
I'm just like a pressure cooker. I'm ready to explode over this whole thing. This dating thing, I'm not comfortable with it at all.
So tell me what you're thinking.
I'm just really scared of Alexandra making a bad choice again. And I can't get past that. And like you said, why does she have to have a boyfriend? I can't get that.
Because she's 16, almost 16. I mean, whether we may not allow her to go out on dates or whatever, but she's still going to have boys that she's going to like. I mean, that's just part of being a teenager.
So what do you think about their attitude?
I think my dad is being a little harsh. I mean, If he can find a 16-year-old girl who doesn't like to, you know, hang out with guys and go out with people, then, you know, that'll be like, that's when pigs fly.
But you understand why he would be a little nervous, right?
I mean, I understand. I mean, like, I know that I've made poor choices in the past, but I mean, this is the present. This is right now.
All right. Do you have an objection to this particular young man?
Dr. Phil, I don't think he's a whole lot better than the other guy.
Well, but aren't you kind of at a point where you're going to say that about anybody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know either one of them. This young man seems to me to be very articulate and also very patient with some of your questions. I think I'd have told you to go jump in the lake. But I think he showed some patience and some maturity and answered your questions, and he seems like a reasonable young man. I'm not saying that you should go on a date with him. I'm going to tell you what I think about that in a minute, but I think that he's a reasonable young man. What do you think of him, Kat? I'm interested in your thoughts.
Well, I like him because he talks normal. He doesn't... He talks...
What was that again?
He actually says Alex, not He talks normal, and that's what I think. That's even a step higher than her previous boyfriend. And that he was interested in my sister, and he said that he cared about Nathan and my sister, but he wanted to pursue a friendship first. That was what really struck me, I think.
Mm-hmm. How are you doing?
Good, actually. I got 100 on my warm-up check yesterday. And
yeah? All right. So you've been working hard with your tutor. You've been closing the gap, catching up on things?
2 days a week, sometimes weekends.
Yeah, how's your boy business?
Over.
All right.
Yeah, I don't even mess with boys anymore.
Yeah. Is she telling the truth?
I mean, we still talk about, like, guys that are cute. Like, there's a guy at our school, oh, my gosh, you're never going to guess what so-and-so, da-da-da-da. But, I mean, besides the whole going out thing.
Okay, how does she go? Yeah, but that's normal. But, I mean,
yeah.
Do you think she's got this in balance?
I think so.
So we got smoother water than we've had. Okay. All right. Next, I've got concerns about this dating, and I said we're going to talk about birth control for Alex. So we're going to bring this whole thing around and discuss what needs to happen. If you got a teenage daughter at home, you need to listen up. We'll be right back.
I know what consequences come from having sex, and I don't want to end up pregnant again. I want to talk to my mom about birth control, but